What's going on, TMMK Fitness? This is Stretch and Release with Coach Adam. Today we are going to work on the quads and the adductors of the legs. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you are a member of TMMK Fitness, awesome. If you are not, you are participating at your own risk. First, we're going to start out with some soft tissue work. We're going to work on the rectus femoris, which is one of the big quad muscles right down the middle. So I'm going to have you lay down on your foam roller. So if you have a foam roller, great. If you don't, I'm going to give you a couple options, but we're going to go all the way from top of the knee, all the way up to the hip. If you don't have that foam roller, what I want you to do is you can take a massage stick or a broomstick, and you can kind of work that muscle over the top. We're going to spend about 30 to 60 seconds. Massage stick or rolling pin, or sometimes I'll even use my water bottle if I got no other tools. We're just going to go up and down both sides of that muscle there. About 15 more seconds. Right up the middle. So the next one, we're going to target the inside and the outside of the quad there. So go ahead and come up to a seated position. I want you to use either your broomstick, massage stick, water bottle. And what we're going to do is we're going to work the inside of that quad. That's called your vastus medialis. And you can kind of turn that toe out a little bit, relax that leg, relax that knee. Sometimes the more sore that these get, especially all the walking and running that we're doing, the more tender these can be. Good, I want you to stay on that same leg. We're going to go to the other vastus, the lateralis. We're going to work down the outside, still staying on the front of that leg. If you got that foam roller, you can just kind of shift your body on it. If you're working with that today. So a couple different tools, options that you're working with. Let's go ahead and switch over to the inside of the other leg here. So we'll open up, point that toe out, relax that knee. Get some good soft tissue work going on there. And we're just going along the muscle, so the muscle's going to run up and down that leg. Good, same thing on the outside. And we're spending about 30 seconds or so on this. When we finish up today, if you want to spend a little bit extra time, never a bad idea to get a little extra work in. But we're going to kind of run through everything, give you some tools, techniques to work with here. Good. The very next one, we're going to work the adductors. So I'm going to be just even a little bit more towards the inside of that leg, and we're going to utilize that foam roller. So I want you to bring that leg over, leg as a body pillow here. I want you to turn that leg down just a little bit. And with that foam roller, we're going to work the inside of that groin. So you got 5 different adductor muscles running along that thigh. We're going to hit a little bit of all of them here. Working all the way up high. Fun fact for you guys today, the longest muscle of the body is called the sartorius, and it's going to be one of those adductor muscles that runs all the way across the inside of the leg. It's the longest muscle of the body. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other side. Same thing, gliding back and forth here. And you can even use that water bottle if you got it here. Same principle applies. Go all across the inside. As long as you got something that's going to roll a little bit, give you a little bit of feedback. Good. The last muscle we're going to target is called your TFL, tensor fascial latae. That's going to be on the outside and front of the hip here. So you got your hip bone, We're going to go below that, that's going to be a hip flexor muscle. So what I want you to do is we're going to pin that muscle down on top of that foam roller water bottle. From here I'm going to pick that heel all the way up towards my butt, and then I'm going to drop it to the outside and to the floor. So that TFL is responsible for medial rotation of that femur. So we're turning that knee in, dropping that foot out, rotating, getting a little bit of feedback. You can readjust if you need. Start to feel that TFL talk to you a little bit in a good way. So just dropping that heel down. Let's go ahead and switch it over to the other side. Same thing, pin it down on that roller, pull that heel in, drop it to the floor if you're working with that water bottle. Same thing, just be careful not to crush your water bottle, send water everywhere. All we're doing is just pinning that muscle down, creating a little bit of rotation. And relax. Now we're going to incorporate a couple stretches for this today. So what I want you to do is you're going to take your mat, we're going to come over to an open space on the wall, and we're going to do what's called a couch stretch. So you can do this on the wall, you can do this on a couch chair, but what we're going to do is we're going to take that back foot, we're going to place it either up against the wall or up against the back of the chair couch. We're going to keep a little bit of space with that knee to the wall. And then I want you to bring your opposite leg forward 90 degrees. So I want you to just get comfortable with this position. We'll keep both hands on the ground or utilize a prop to take a little bit of pressure off. If you're not able to quite get in that position, I want you to slide your knee out away from the wall, make it a little easier. Get a little bit more aggressive, get a deeper stretch, get that knee closer to the wall. So you got a couple options to play with. Next, I want you to come all the way up nice and tall. Relax through the hip, get that good stretch through those hip flexors that we just rolled out and that belly of the quad. And we want to spend about 30-60 seconds on each side here, letting those hips drop a little bit further, sinking down into it. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. So we'll ease on out of that. It really helps to have that padding. So if you're matless, maybe you could use a towel t-shirt. Back that knee up towards the wall, keeping that belly tight. So you can start low, kind of ease into it. Sink a little bit closer to the floor, dropping those hips down. Utilize that prop if you got it. From here, we're going to walk our hands up top of the knee. Start to drop those hips forward. Feeling that quad stretch all the way through. Good. We're going to ease on out of that. Next stretch is for the adductors that we worked. So what I want you to do is we're going to have one knee on the mat. Opposite leg is going to come all the way out to the side. And from here, what I want you to do is you're going to sink your butt back and get a good stretch through all of those adductors and groin muscles. So adductor just simply means we're bringing that leg back into our midline. These are going to be all the muscles that pull everything back together. We'll spend about 30 seconds on this, trying to sink lower and lower. You can start to sink your butt back. See if you get those hips closer to the floor. We'll ease on out of that. If you come forward, take a little bit of that pressure off. Set that foot back up, half split. Drop the hips, get a little closer to the floor. So that leg's nice and straight all the way through. You can even take that hand on top, add a little bit of pressure. Perfect. Final stretch, we're going to go dynamic with a walking quad stretch. So what I want you to do is you're going to stand up nice and tall, grab, keep that knee close to that midline, and we're going to pull that leg back. I want you to hold that for about 5 seconds, then you're going to lunge forward. Stand back up in the quad stretch, balance out here, and then take another step forward. So I want you to give me about 4 to 6 of those. Hold for about 5 seconds apiece. Work with that space that you got here. We'll go a little more each for good measure here. Last one. And good. All right, hopefully those quads, adductors are all feeling loose and good, ready for your leg workout going on. Stay tuned. Next week we got more stretch and release. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful week.